Did you know it was never God's plan for some people to have almost all the money and a lot of people to have basically none? For there to be extremely rich and extremely poor? That was never God's intention. I can tell you this because it's clearly in one passage in the Bible. It's in Leviticus chapter 25. And Leviticus chapter 25 is part of the law. And it's a very specific part of the law because God has brought his people, the Jewish people, out of Egypt. So the Hebrews have brought out of Egypt, and God's going to put them in the Holy Land, the Promised Land, in order to build a nation. And he wants that nation, among other things, to be an example of how he wants things to run in every nation. And so to start out with, he says, okay, I want everyone to have opportunity for success. So he divides up all the land of Israel, and he gives each family a portion. Each family basically gets the same amount so they can take that land and grow their crops and start businesses and be productive and be successful and earn a living. But he knows something's going to happen. He knows some people are going to screw it up. Some people are going to get in trouble and they're going to have to sell their land to somebody else. And he knows that over time what that will mean is some people are going to have a ton and some are going to have nothing. And so he sets up a very specific rule to keep that from happening. He really does. He makes it so that every 50 years, all the land basically reverts to its original owner. So if one person goes stupid, their great-great-grandchildren don't have to suffer for it. And he really does it. He really sets it up so every 50 years, all the land goes back to who owned it originally. The original family gets it. Matter of fact, they set up a rule so that if there are people who normally wouldn't inherit, like in their day, women should inherit land. If there are no sons, the women get the land. So that it stays in the family, so everybody has enough and nobody has too much. Now, he's not calling on every government to start reallocating all the stuff. That's not what's going on here. And it's not communism, it's not socialism. But it's controlled, and it shows once again how much God values the poor. And we understand that Jesus said there's always going to be poor with us. But if God went to that much trouble to help the people who messed up, shouldn't we go to some trouble to help them as well? And that's today's Jumpstart.